All right, this next video we're going to cover just doing a basic strike down, which is called a man cut, coming down. I'm kneeling down, bending down because I'm actually inside and my ceiling's not very high. So we're just doing it from a kneeling position, but we can still do the same sort of cut from here. You've got to remember that you do not want your shoulders to be too tight. You want to make sure that they're relaxed and you're part of the blade, all right? You're an extension to your weapon, all right? So starting off here, if I'm in a fighting posture, first position would be to have the point roughly about neck height. As I do this, I'm going to raise my blade up above my head. All right, so my arms are not out to the side, they're nice and straight up, and the blade is pointing to the sky. Now, as you can see, it's in this sort of direction above my head. If I bring it around too far here, it's like telegraphing my cut. So they're explaining, that's what I'm trying to put so much force in with this cut. So with this particular one, especially working on the first form that we're working on, each detail, from here, my arms above my head, the end of the handle is roughly in line down with my forehead, and it's up here. So what I do from here is, first thing I want to do is, I'm projecting my head height out in front, and I want to cast out the end of the blade. So just imagine the 6 inches of here at my head height. So as it's above my head, I cast out and I stop in line with my head. So that would be the first step. So from here, I'm not throwing it out at the moment. I'm keeping my arms straight and I cast out. All right, so from here, and I cast and I stop. See how my arms are sort of straight and not bent, okay? So we want to cast out first. So one of the reasons for the cast out is I want to go out and cut down square. You know, if I rotate my arm in a circular fashion, see it lines up with the circle of the logo at the back. See how it rotates in a circle. So imagine that the target is standing upright. I'm only actually going to connect for a small portion. So we want to make sure the cut is as long as possible. So that's why I'm referring you as your head height. You want to project it out and you want the blade to be up as far out as possible. And then when we come down, you'll end up being about your navel before it actually pulls out. So that's keeping it a nice long cut. So again, up here, so if I'm looking in front, I'll try and bring it around here. So here, I'm not out to the side, I'm just up. Again, my hands I've got a grip on it, but it's not tense. I'm not squeezing it tight, because as soon as I start squeezing it, it all comes down here into my shoulders. So we want this action to be free, and it's just like I have my arm up moving right now, straight up and down. Nothing different, very natural as I swing up and down. So it goes with both hands. I'll just move to the side. So up here, first thing we're going to do is cast. So I want to cast it out, shoulder height. Now, just the very natural drop down, and we finish about a fist distance away from our body, the handle, all right? So from here, my blade is parallel with the floor, and that's where you finish. This not necessarily finishes in line with my belly button, all right? So it just finishes as long as my arms are. Everybody's going to be different on your height and the length of your arms. So again, bring it up above my head, Like one of the sensei said to me, it's like you're poking a hole through the sky, keeping it up. And you can still use your peripheral side from here if your arm's up high enough, and then cast, step 1, and then drop down, step 2. All right, and as I'm doing this, I want to glance to stop it. We don't want to wobble around too much. So up again, nice and relaxed in the shoulders, and cast out, 1, and then down naturally. So again, nice and straight, and finish. Bring it up again, cast out, and down. You might hear the cutting through the air, which is good. That means that I'm actually cutting straight. So if my arms are up here and I'm on a bit of an angle and I cut, you're not going to get the same sharp cut. So this is where the practice comes in, that you come up and make sure your arms and it's above your head. If it's turned to the side a little bit and you go to cut, you're not going to get it. And then you think that if I do it faster and harder, that it'll come. No. All right, you've got to make sure that the blade is nice and point. Now I want to look between the back of the blade. So that's getting a nice clean cut. So just making sure I'm not going to poke a hole in the ceiling. And I want to cut down. All right. So up, hands are sort of semi-relaxed, and then cut. All right, so remember, step 1, we want to cast. So up here again, step 1, cast, and then make sure you're looking between both of the blades, both sides of the blade, and then drop it down natural to finish off your straight men cut. All right, so I'm not sure if we can do it from here. So I want you to see the logo, the edge of the banner here, and see if I can match it up. So I'm keeping up here nice and high. I want to be in line with that as much as possible, and then drop it down in a straight line. I'll come back a bit more to make sure I get it. So up, and then cut. And as you see the points there, it may be going through and then straight down, trying to get as long in the cut as possible. All right, so that covers our section for today. Hope you enjoyed it. So make sure you got those points, arms above your head. I'll just turn around this way. So again, relax your shoulders. Even if you practice this at home, keep your back straight and just bringing your hands up together like this. All right, just getting used to this action. All right, up. All right, so, and then next thing is working on the squeeze of the hands. All right, the squeeze of the hands as you come down and stop. Hope you enjoyed that session. Thank you.